Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Julio, and today we are going to do Astronaut from Proving Grounds, OffSec Proving Grounds. They have this labeled as an easy box, but the community has rated this as intermediate, and I disagree with that a little bit. I do think this is an easy box, and let's see what you think. So let's get started. I have done this already, so this is just more of a review, of walkthrough, in case you just want to see how I do it, or you're stuck or whatever. So let's get started with an Nmap scan. And I already have that popped up or those will automatically populate for me usually. 12.168.248.112. And as that goes, we see that we have port 80 going. So let's check that out. And we see that we land in something called Grave Admin. So we're going to obviously click on that. And something to note here is the date. So that might be important later. So we see that we get to some sort of a default installation page. I do my usual. Let me see if I can show you guys. I have in my notes, let me find that. So I have a template um, in my notes that anytime I get on an HTTP port, I have this template that I always kind of pop in there. So I can get a screenshot, Wappleizer. Here I make note of anything, if it's like Apache, the version, or anything notable. These are kind of my notes that to myself to make sure I check these things, and then the different scans I usually run. So with it back off to the side, I went ahead and did all that. Don't really find anything. As always, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do search exploit and see what I find. And something that sticks out is this group right here. We can see that we have unauthenticated arbitrary file right, YAML right, and these other things authenticated. So being that that's Metasploit, I want to try and avoid that just because I usually do. And we'll take a look at what this says. Well, actually, let's go ahead and get a scan going of that URL. So we'll copy that. And I already have it there. So we'll get that going. So just check admin, just kind of normal stuff that I do. Nothing pops up there. Admin password. None of that's going to work. What I end up doing is trying this YAML arbitrary. There it is. So this YAML vulnerability is also unauthenticated. So we're going to take a look at that. SPT-X. Just take a look at that. So this looks to be something for version 1.10.7. And what do we have? We have a target that looks to be hard-coded. And then we have a comment here that they are base 64 encoding this reverse shell that is also, which is right here, put contents temp reverse shell base 64. So it looks like this base 64 right here is this, and then it just goes through it, and then we'll see that it is dropping this URI here, but what we need to remember, we'll have to change this because we are not at, the IP plus this right here. We are at the IP. If we just go straight to the IP, if you remember, it just drops us off here. And that's what this is saying. It's saying the target, and then it adds this endpoint. But that's not going to work for us because we have to go here, and now it's going to work. So we would have to adjust that, and we'll go ahead and do that now. So we'll go ahead and download this. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and open that up in VS Code. As I was saying, so first, the first thing we need to do is change this IP address because obviously that is not going to work. 168.248.12, and then we need to get rid of this base 64 because this is for this, so it's not going to work for us. So what we can do is just take this, copy that, go to our terminal, paste it, and then we can leave it 444 if we want, I guess. 168. We add in our IP address, and I'm just going to run it to see what it gives us. Now, I don't know why it drops that percent sign at the end. This is not exactly how I would do it. So what I would do is this right here. Let me just copy this so I can show you. What I do is I do echo dash n, drop it there. Oops, drop that bash. There we go. And then I base 64 in code, and that's it. So you see, it comes out the same minus that. I'm going to take that and then drop in our new one. And then what we need to remember is that, so we can see that this variable of target is for this IP address, right? And it's going to take that IP address and then start calling these endpoints here, but that does not exist, or they don't work in our version. So we need to do this, grave admin, and again right here, grave admin. And just one more time, just in case you need to see that, the reason we're doing this is because that is what matches up. To get to this page right here, it's the IP plus that grave admin, because without it, we're trying to run it against this page, and that payload is not going to work because this is not the CMS. The CMS is loaded here. So that's why we have to adjust this payload. So we'll look it over one more time. We adjusted the IP address to ours. We have adjusted the base 64 encoding to match our IP address, and we're going to leave it at that port. And then we adjusted, obviously I left one off here. Need to adjust that. Grave, good thing I checked. Grave admin. Let me see, Control F. Let me just look for everywhere I have admin. Grave admin, admin. Grave admin, admin. That's not important, or that's not part of the URI. Grave admin, admin. Okay, so this should be good. So we'll save this. Oh, actually, Double clicked on that. And it looks like all we need to do, if I recall, is just run it. Oh my gosh. Guys, you guys were probably screaming at me. Here we go. I see the problem. I'm putting in the IP address of the box, not mine. 45247. There we go. I don't know why I was doing that. I tell you, when I'm recording a video, I make so many mistakes that I don't make. I can't record and do this at the same time, apparently. Let's swap this out. Control V, Control S. We'll try it one more time. Oh, there we go. Takes a little bit. So let's see. Where are we at? Oh, let's upgrade that. My breakout commands. There we go. Add the color one as well. Let's see. So let's just look for what we need to do. So let's just go to temp and let's grab linpeas. Get HTTP. There it is. I'm just going to make sure that I can execute it. Yep. So let's run that. linpeas.sh. And let's see what we get here. So it's still going, but as I was going through this, I noticed that we had an unknown SUID binary for PHP. So when I saw that, I of course went to GTFO bins, typed in PHP, and it has a SUID permission. And we can see that this is all we need to run right here. So I'm going to copy this. And I'm actually going to open up a notepad because I need to adjust that a little bit. I need this to be, oh, wrong thing. I need this to be in user bin PHP. And the reason I'm doing that is because you can see that it's user. Well, I mean, I could do a couple of things. I could just CD over into user bin and then run it from there, and I'm pretty sure it would work. Or I can just use the full path. And then that way I can just run it from temp where I'm at right now. So if I do that, oh, I didn't copy it. And I don't think let me see, I think I can add bash there. Copy. paste user bin PHP. Let's see. There we go. Who am I? Root. And there's the proof.txt. Well, that's it. That's how we get root. Pretty simple box. I think the reason it is an intermediate is because you have to be able to recognize that the exploit is not going to work as it is because it is assuming, or the exploit is written so that when you go to the IP, uh, you land immediately the CMS. You land immediately at the CMS, but you don't. You land at an index page, and then you have to go in here. So you have to just add that in there. Other than that, it's kind of easy. I didn't find the version. Maybe if somebody knows, like if you actually found it, I didn't see it, but what I did was I did something like Grave CMS uh, admin admin plugin. And then you can go to the releases, and then you can see, this is so at the very beginning when I said that this might be important. See the date, March 17th, 2021. So we go back. So March 17th, it's close enough to where I was going to go ahead and just try it. 1.10.17, 1.10.7. So just something to pay attention to. If you see a date, it's probably going to be a clue that you may want to go find the the release date or something like that, so you can get an idea of what version you're running. So, all right, guys, pretty simple box. I have, so I finished the try hack me stuff, and I'm in the proving ground stuff from OffSec, and this is the first video, but I'm like 13 boxes into it, so I have a lot of videos to make, and I'll try and catch up with those. All right, I'll see you at the next one. Bye.